Hey guys, I'm back again and I'm finally here to talk to you about what's been going on. So yeah, I've been off here for a little over a week, I think it is, or about a week. And actually I just started a writing course. So I'm doing an online writing course and it's exactly 8 weeks, I think it is. And it's a creative writing course and it's called Creative Writing Getting Started. Now, yeah, so this is sort of like my jump start to get me to be writing more, doing more creative writing, because I just don't seem to be making enough time to do anything like that. So I decided to enroll in this course. It's with Faber Academy. I'll link my blog post below, which tells you a little bit more details about the course and about, you know, what we're doing. And I'll be updating the course regularly over there. I still will be doing some reading, but as you know, when you're doing a writing course, there's a lot of required reading as well. So what I thought I would do is I would show you some of the reading that, you know, they have suggested we pick up some things if we have a chance. So what we had to read for this week, we had to read a series of short stories by George Orwell. Now, George Orwell, I've only read 1984. And so I was kind of intrigued about what his short stories would be like. And yeah, they were a little on the gruesome side for some of them. But in general, the writing is fantastic because he really does have this way of writing descriptively. And that's really refreshing to read such compact stories with so much detail. So they had us read a series of those. I think I must have read about, oh my God, maybe about 10 or 15 different short stories by George Orwell. They had us watch a few videos about, you know, writing and why people write and that kind of thing. And yeah, I found all that, you know, a good, you know, starter, you know, for the course. It really just kind of gets us into the mode of what it is to be writing and many different views about, you know, what motivates people to write. Now, the first assignment has to be put up on Saturday, and it's a 500-word assignment, and we have various different topics in which we can, you know, write on. Now, there's one section, it's all prompts, so they give you a word or a few words, and then you have to write, practice, you have to write for about 5 to 10 minutes on these prompts. And, you know, the prompts can be as simple as blue. One of them was the color blue. And for example, another one was the Black Nightmares started when I was 5 or something like that. So you have, they've managed to, you know, give us a lot of different subjects so that everybody can find something that, you know, they can write on. Now you also have another possibility is to write on something about yourself, okay? Or you can write about somebody that you know. So like you describe this person, it can be physically or their personality or whatever. Or you can write on yourself or on something that you fear or something that you love or something about yourself. And another possibility was to write about something from the inside out. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of intriguing. So at this point in time, what I'm doing is I'm practicing, you know, these prompts. So I did one round of prompt writing on 2 days, and I'm going to do another round of prompt writing today. And from that, I will then decide which one stands out the most that I can actually, you know, get in there and write and make it look clean and good, good enough to be able to post on, you know, the forum for Saturdays. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing for the next 8 weeks, guys. So I will be doing some reading, but it won't be the kind of reading that I normally do. There are some things that I'm going to be finishing up. I'm not really sure when exactly I'm going to be able to finish them all up. I'm going to try to finish them, I would say, in the next 10 days if possible. But for example, I am reading Corregidora. And that is by Gail Jones, but I'm really at the very beginning. As you can see, I mean, I just literally picked it up. So I will eventually be reviewing that at some point this month. I don't know when, because this is the kind of book that what I'm going to do is, for the fiction stuff, I'm just going to try to sit down and read it through in a half a day or one day, because this Corregidora is not that long. It's like 184 pages, so I think I could finish that, you know, if I had some time. So that's that. And I'm also reading, I'll show you here on my iPad, I'm also reading this, which is Water Street. I don't know if you can see it because of the glare from the window. I'm reading Water Street by Crystal Wilkinson. And Lord, Crystal Wilkinson can write. That's all I'm going to say. More to come on that. Then I'm going to be, I'm also I'm in the process of listening to The Girl on the Train, which I'm sure, you know, you're hearing everybody talking about now. And that is going well, but I am smack dab halfway in the middle of listening to The Girl on the Train. Now, listening, you know, audiobook, you know, it reads a lot slower than I do, so that's why it's taking me some time. But I don't have the book. I just have the audiobook, so I'm listening to that. And let's see, what else have I got? I think that's about it, actually, for the moment, for the fiction novels that I'm reading. Now, I do have some of the required reading or suggested required reading and some other things on reading that I'm going to try to get through the next 8 weeks. So at the moment, I am trying to read Francine Prose. This is Reading Like a Writer. Now, this one was one of the ones that they talked about this first week, about writing, about, you know, what it's like to read and how reading, you know, affects your, you know, the way sometimes people write, and, you know, reading like a writer and all that. So this was one of the books that they told us to maybe read some parts of the book. So I'm at the process of reading this now. I'm only at the very beginning. I think I've only read like 60 pages. So I'm going to try to chug through this for the next 10 days until I get on to my next one. Now, the other 4 that I picked up, the first one is Solutions for Writers, Practical Craft Techniques for Fiction and Nonfiction by Sol Stein. Okay, so I will hopefully try to get through some of that. The next is Writing Down the Bones, Freeing the Writer Within, which is by Natalie Goldberg. So I'm going to be trying to get through this as well, because apparently this one has some really good tips for deblocking debutante or beginning writers. Next, I have Becoming a Writer by Dorothea Brand, and the foreword is by John Gardner. This is a classic bestseller, and it is also another book that is suggested or recommended to people who are starting into writing. And the last one I have here for my course is The Art of Fiction, and it's by David Lodge. And yeah, so this one, you see, that's not too long. So it's like just 230 pages. This one is only, it's like 173 pages. And the Writing Down the Bones is only just under 200 pages. So the one that's really going to be, you know, a bit of a, you know, chunker to get through will be this one, because it is like 300 pages. So those are the ones that I'll be having to look at for my course. Hopefully I can get through reading at least 3 of them fully, or if I'm lucky, all 5 of them if I can while I'm doing my writing, because these are supposed to help us focus on some areas of our writing. Now, we don't have to necessarily read the entire book, but you know, I figure if I'm going to start to read it, I'm read it from, you know, cover to cover. Now, before the course started, I saw this book, I think it was on Goodreads, and it really goes really well because I just finished watching Denise D. Cooper's video where she reviewed 47 by Walter Mosley. So I picked up this one, This Year You Write Your Novel. Okay. And this is by Walter Mosley, and it's a very short book, just under 100 pages. So I decided to pick this one up because what I noticed about this course is a lot of the writers they talk about are white writers. They don't talk very much about black writers. I think on the list of fiction writers, they suggested that we read some things. There was only one black writer, and you can probably guess who it is. It's a British course, and that writer was Zadie Smith. Okay, now, from the list of writers that they gave, there were a few that I have read from, and some that I hadn't read from at all. So that's what kind of pushed me to pick this one up from Walter Mosley, because I saw some of his videos. I took Denise's, you know, recommendation. I went and watched some of the videos on YouTube where he talks about writing, and he was the shit. He was pretty edifying because he was just sort of like breaking it down and trying to sort of demystify all of these things that people think about, you know, what is a good writer, and, you know, what do you have to sacrifice, and, you know, how do you become this fantastic writer, and what's considered great literature. And, you know, he kind of sort of demystified all of that in just a few minutes of a video. And so I was even doubly happy that this one came, and it came today. Unfortunately, it's in this shitty condition, but I got it from Thrift Books, you know, so it is what it is. It's a hardcover. It's not in too poor of a condition. There's no writing or anything in it. It's just that the dust jacket is a little bit messed up. But yeah, so that's pretty much where I am, guys. So what I suggest you do is look for videos here and there. There may not be more than one video a week. Sometimes there may not be a video because it's just going to be really hard right now for me to be, you know, turning out 1, 2, 3 videos a week, and then reading and then reviewing, and it's just too much. I can't do it, and work is, you know, is still prevalent as well. So I'm going to try to put up 1 video a week here, just give you a quick little, you know, what am I doing, maybe give you a book review if I manage to finish anything in the week. And you can always go over to my blog, and over there you'll get everything. You know, I'll be doing a very detailed weekly update of my writing course and how it's going. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope the sun is shining where you are, because it's shining up a storm where I am, and I'm really, really happy. So, bye.